Hi, I'm Mark McPherson. Welcome to one of the videos which support my blogs in the series, 52 blogs in 52 weeks, with each blog being about one of my 52 types of people who are poorly behaved and at times downright difficult. This video supports my blog on type 27, the Nit-Picker. And I think the best way of telling you what the Nit-Picker does that is pretty annoying and badly behaved and difficult is giving you two examples. First one is about Leanne. Leanne works in a very large department store. She looks after basically the whole floor of this department store. Now, she feels that her boss is a nitpicker because she comes down to her floor and always finds something that's no good, that's wrong. Now, if it was the big things, fine, but it's always something like, oh, there's a bit of paper on the floor over there. It's minor, inconsequential. Leanne says it's important that that paper shouldn't be there. She admits that. But really, you know, could she say something nice? That would be better. Supportive, thankful, a little hello would be good. But she always manages to find something like that paper on the floor or this is not done. She also says that she nitpicks in terms of telling her what things might be wrong later. It's even worse. So not only does she pick on little things which are inconsequential and lets the big things go, the things that aren't even now, they're happening later. Before you go, make sure you do those all that tidying up there, or make sure you finish off the accounts, or make sure you close the register, or things which, well, she knows she has to do. So it's sort of critical, nitpicking on minor and inconsequential things, and also things she already knows about. I have a friend, Susan, who works in a research department of a large organisation, and they produce a lot of reports. And reports are a bit tricky because no matter who writes a report, you can always find something about it you don't like. But she has to produce reports in a hurry, often has to stay back as their emergency reports, if you like. Suddenly something has to be done with a really tight deadline. They can never be really perfect, but she says her boss will always find something like, that paragraph construction isn't right. And when she says, I'm not sure what you mean, she says her boss really doesn't have much of an answer, so why is she mentioning it? So if it was a case of that paragraph doesn't actually make sense, well, that's a different issue, isn't it? But it's always nitpicking some little minor thing, or oh, I would have written that sentence a bit different to that. Well, maybe you would have, but gee willikers, I stayed up to 11 p.m. last night writing it. We were only given the job at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It has to be done by 9 a.m. this morning. I did a pretty good job with it, thank you very much. So the nitpicker picks on issues, faults with people and their work, which are minor, inconsequential, given the larger issues that we have to deal with. It's not that they're not necessarily right in what they've found fault with. It's a case of they're inconsequential, okay, compared to the larger things that we need to deal with. Let's leave it there for the nitpicker. I think the nitpicker does need to be dealt with. I think it's poor behaviour to constantly pick on minor things and minor faults with people rather than giving them the praise that they deserve. I think they need to be dealt with. And what does dealing with them actually mean, of course, is another matter. If you'd like to know, please go to the contact page of my website. You'll find lots of ways of getting in contact with me there. Let's have a chat. Anyway, in the meantime, whatever you're doing, look after yourselves, look after your family and friends, and I do hope to chat to you soon. All the very best.